Hi. Welcome everyone to today's Freedom Friday Live. My name's lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. I trust if you've stumbled across this channel that there will be something here for you. Things are going to be changing again on this channel, everyone, and we're going to talk about that. Just let me get this Palo Santo lit. So how's everyone doing? We're about 16, 17 hours beyond the time of our new moon in Pisces. And we are quickly approaching eclipse season, which will begin with it's really begun with this moon cycle with the Pisces new moon. And then the full moon in Virgo on the 13th, 14th. Hey, yeah, it's actually the first live I've been able to do this week. I've been having so many issues. Let me just get this. So at this time, I'd like to just ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting the greatest and highest good of all who find this message whenever the message is found. So we're going back to the daily divine on this channel. We're going back to daily lives, and they are probably going to be around 11:11, 10:10, something like that. And we're going to keep with the themes of the daily offerings. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties here, and I think it's because the building that we moved into doesn't accommodate the really high-speed internet because it's old. It's as old as I am. And so we're going to go back to the Daily Divine Live. Quite honestly, I miss my crew. I miss my soul family that we were all connecting on a daily basis. I miss you all. And so we're going back to that with the hope that, while my son is still in bed, that the Wi-Fi is going to stream a little better for me because I'll be the only one using it. So we're doing the live today. Tomorrow night we will do our Saturday night live, and then Sunday we'll start back with the Daily Divine at 11:11. I also really feel it's important for us as we move into the third month of the Gregorian year, that we begin to, because we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot through 2024, and then the ending of that lunar year, which was January, February, and March of 2025. And it feels like March is really this new moon energy, because many of you will remember the new moon in Pisces last year on the 3rd of March was a big one. It was like a catalyst for deeper healing for many of us. And so with that now behind us, it really feels that I'm not quite sure. I'm going to sit with it for a couple of days, but it does feel like we are meant to do some, almost like creating a new routine, creating a new neural pathway so that we can actually break free as we approach the true new year, which is coming with the spring of 2025. Yeah, so it's because I'm the only one at home right now. So the video is clear. I'm the only one using the Wi-Fi. That's why I really feel like it's best to go back to the Daily Divine, the lives in the morning when I have full access to the internet. So stay tuned, because in the next couple of days, I will figure out what I'm being guided to do. It really does feel, though, it's like I'm hearing new routines, new neural pathways to support the breakthrough. So that's what we're here for. We're not here to stay stagnant and soar. And, since the last time I went live, which I believe was Monday, I went live on Monday and we did a mudra and stuff like that. And also there was an interactive message that was put out as a premiere on Tuesday. Do check it out. It's only got 10 views, and usually the interactive messages kind of blow up. So please do go and check out your interactive message. Again, let's get this channel growing and thriving. We're breaking through, we're breaking free of all the BS that has kept us spinning our wheels. So let's just talk about the energy, actually, since the time of the Leo full moon. Many of you will be feeling similar energies to me. Out there at the job with my colleagues, there's a real, it's almost like an unsettled apathy. Everyone's kind of just going through the motions. Nobody's really, not a lot of people are happy, and it hurts my heart, honestly. And then with the time where Mars went direct, which was on the 24th, which was Sunday, the days prior to that, you may have been feeling, and you may have experienced, I know I did. I am human, HUE, like the rest of us. And I snapped. I literally snapped at the job on Friday. I had my wrist slapped yesterday at the job because of what happened on Friday. And it's fine. At this stage of life, I am probably not someone cut out for a corporate environment. It just doesn't jive with me. I care too much about humanity. And I have a tendency to stand up for unkind, I stand up to unkind, disrespectful behavior. And so that's what I do. And so even with the reprimand, the wrist slap that I got yesterday, it's not going to make much of a difference for who I am and what I do and the things that I say, quite honestly. And that's why I really want this channel to thrive, so that this can be the work of my life. This can be the legacy of love that I seed in this lifetime and leave for generations to come. So today's all about freedom. The theme of the day is the sacred rebel. Rebel means to rebel, to change the frequency. And that's what you and I are here for. We are here to change the frequency, first through prodding and trudging our way through the trauma that we've experienced in this lifetime, so that we can make the breakthrough and break free from all the external BS that wants to keep us confined, that wants to keep us small, that wants to slap our wrists and tell us what we can and can't say and what we can and can't do. There's also something else here, something that's been coming up as I've been speaking and sharing. I'm an open book, like I am here with you. I'm kind of like that in my life everywhere. I'm an open book because I feel like that's what we're here for, to share our experience, our strength, and our hope, the things that we've been through, the things that we've overcome, so that another dear soul family member can begin their journey of overcoming their own traumas and fears. But one of the things I have realized, as many of you will know, a dear partner in life of mine passed away in 2018, 12/21/2018. Honestly, the finest, most stable man I have ever had the pleasure and honor to connect with, to know, to befriend, and to love in this lifetime. Pure stability. And so when he passed, which was sudden and unexpected, before a lot of deaths became sudden and unexpected, when he passed, from that moment, the moment I arrived at the hospital to realize that he had died, and basically had to be held up because I just literally collapsed. From that day until recently, until, probably the fall of 2024, there was a lack of safety. Like, Frank provided such a safe space for my son and I to thrive and flourish and grow. And the day that he died, that safe space died with him. And so we spent a lot of time, like in survival mode. The sympathetic nervous system was all jacked up. And that's really the point I want to get to, is about our nervous system. How do we as humans, who have been through so much, who have overcome so much in this lifetime, who contend with so much on a daily basis, whether it's, just out there in the world, out there at the job, in our homes, we contend with a lot. And so and I feel like March is really going to be about supporting our nervous system to calm down. So it's been 6 years since Frank died. I'm finally feeling more like myself again, and I have created the safety, if you will, in mine and my son's life again. That being said, I have come to understand through my own physical body and just, the things that we're moving through, I have come to understand that the nervous system has not yet settled down. It's still very much the sympathetic nervous system, where we want to operate truly in the parasympathetic nervous system. So how do we create space in our daily life to support our physical vessel to rest, recover, and rejuvenate? And the simplest way I have found for myself, and this may not be, there'll be people out there that tell you meditation looks like sitting in full lotus pose with doing a mudra with your hands and, having no thought. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I tried meditating that way. I remember back in the 90s when I was in my own place, living in Toronto, and I created a little meditation corner in my apartment there on Cosburn Avenue. And I had the corner, I had everything. There was water, there was candles, there was incense. It was totally, a perfect spot to meditate if you wanted to sit in full lotus with your spine erect and, and just breathe and have no thought. And I struggled with that. I struggled with that for a long time, until my inner guidance, when I would have a warm bath, it was so easy. I could relax completely. I could feel spirit moving through me. I could hear the inner guidance much easier. And then I would take that meditation from the bath to my bed and laying down and really just focusing on breathing. No thoughts is impossible, no thought is impossible. We're going to think. We're very, that masculine side of our brain, right? The left brain, the linear, logical, really is busy. So I feel like ultimately what I'm saying here is it's up to you. And I keep seeing these multiple numbers. It was 11:11, it was 12:12, it was 13:31 just there. So we're on the right track. We are on the right path. And it feels like it's up to each of us in our personal experience to find ways to settle ourselves, because we're not doing any good. And I see it out there in the world. And, at the job, there's not really many. I haven't connected with anyone that has any spiritual practices. Let's say, I won't say they don't have any spiritual awareness. There's just no real priority put to their spiritual essence, where in my case, and perhaps yours too, everything is spiritual. There's nothing about us that isn't spiritual. And that's a part of the work that we are here to do, is to awaken to our spiritual nature. And when humanity, HUE, en masse awakens to their spiritual essence, so many of the trivial, nonsensical, and perhaps evil agendas on this planet would be abolished overnight. with the consciousness of the Christ, because that's what we're here for, a conscious awakening, a spiritual awakening. So as I go out there in the world, at the job, and connect with others, as someone who feels everything, this is what makes me great as someone who facilitates healing sessions and stuff, is because I feel the energy of those I connect with and many of you do too. I'm not unique. You likely, if you're drawn to anything I say, look at all these little birds coming out. They think it's spring. If you're drawn or resonate with anything I say, chances are you too are very empathetic and empath. You can feel things from other people. Sometimes I hear the thoughts of other people, and that's weird. I prefer just to feel than to hear what people are thinking. And so as one who feels, it's really important that we show up for ourselves so that we too don't backpedal in our healing, if you will. Because if we're just going out there in the world and we're like a sponge taking on all this stuff, from others, and, I tend to do that. As I said, I tend to be the friend of the friendless, and I take a stand for everybody. And in the corporate world, they don't like that. They just want you to speak for yourself. You can't be the voice for others. Others have to learn to stand up for themselves. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah. So ultimately, if we can implement some practice this month, in the month of March, tomorrow's March, it's my little sister's birthday. Yay. Yay. So if we can implement something into our daily routine come March, that would be wonderful, and take us all the way through March. We got 31 days in March. We know it takes 21 days to make or break a habit. We have the full moon, blood moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo on the moon's south node. Oh, nice. Yeah, my sister's a March 1st, and then my youngest sister is... she's on the summer solstice, June 20th. So with eclipse season coming up, it's so important for us because the nodes of the moon have changed now. The north node is in Pisces and the south node is in Virgo. And this is going to be for the next 16 months, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an astrologer. I haven't taken any of my astrology notes in the last week because I've just been trying to hold my own. And you may be feeling like that too, trying to stabilize, hold your own energy. There's so much going on in the world. And in my opinion, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a horse and pony show. Any politician, any government leader, any official out there doesn't give a shit about you, doesn't give a shit about me. And the sooner we come to understand about that and accept that, the sooner that we will be able to step into our true power, right? Instead of continuing to give our power away and fighting one another. And it's going on here. Canada's gone full. It's probably not proper to say, although it is a word, full retard. And retard is delayed development. That's what it means. And so it's almost like Canada's development is like, it's showing our true colors. And as a Canadian who was born and raised here in this country, let's face it, Canadians have always been armchair critics and very complacent generationally. So now we've gotten to this point where everyone wants to take a stand for themselves. It's entertaining. I find it totally ridiculous and retarded. And I know that's not politically correct to say that word. I'm not your politically correct girl. If you're looking for politically correct, this probably isn't your channel. Because I don't go along with things that insult my innate intelligence or my soul. So that's how it goes. So let's see some of the cards that came out here for us today. And we have got some beautiful numbers on the table and some beautiful messages. And the first card out was this acceptance card, number 55. I've been seeing 555 a lot. The significance of 5 is the change. It's about change. 5 in the tarot is the Hierophant. So that's like the high priest. If we add these 5s together, we have a 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And I've really been guided to work with the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny through the month of March. So maybe that's what we will work with here on the Daily Divines through the munch. Someone got the munchies? Through the month of March is the wheel, the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny turning in our favor. And in order for that to happen, we must get ourselves off of this wheel of karma, perpetuating the pain, perpetuating the wounds, perpetuating the insanity. No, we're not here for that. So this is really in AA. There's a saying that says accepting life on life's terms, and so that's really what we're here to do. Like, accepting what is in this moment gives us power. If we're in this moment and I'm not accepting anything, I'm going to be like an absolute mess. I'm going to be angry, restless, irritable, and discontent. And we don't want to be that. If we can find a way to ground and center ourselves and be peaceful in the moment via the energy of acceptance, this is the best gift we can give ourselves, as well as the best gift we can give the collective. And I've heard some people say there is no collective because we are all one. Yes. Okay. Yes, we are all one. There's the individual journey of the self. You, me, everybody has their own personal journey, the hermit's journey, if you will, that 9, the self. And then once we journey with the self, then we awaken to the collective. Then we awaken to this, the reality that we're all interconnected. In the spiritual realms, we all are loving up on each other. Here in the 3D, it's a different story. And so as we support ourselves, as we accept life on life's terms, as 2222, as we come into the power of the present moment, we do affect the collective energy through the conscious stream of things. And so this really feels, I'm feeling like I see spirit watching over us here as we come together with the other, which is truly the one. But, sometimes this spiritual world can get so cerebral, so much in the brain, and honestly, that is what drives good men and women insane, is the brain. So if we can somehow guide people back to the heart space, the space where I believe our soul resides, in the heart. We are here to open our heart. We are here to heal our heart. We are here to live and grow and share and serve from the heart space. I can't believe how many times when I just look over there, it's last it was 2323. So this is about healing. This is about accepting things as we ride the cosmic wave. Here is 6. 6 in the major arcana is the Lover's card. The other 6s in the minor arcana signify soul connections, soulmate connections, victory, celebration. And so this is really feeling like, via the pathway of acceptance, we are here to ride the cosmic wave of love and support, following our intuition and not necessarily knowing where we are going. I know we want to know. I want to know too. I want to know too. And, I don't. So I don't. So it's really important to accept that we don't have all the answers, that we don't know everything, that we aren't all wise and wonderful all the time. We aren't all knowing. There is one consciousness, source, God, creator consciousness that is all knowing. And we are just streams of light flowing from that consciousness. And we came here into the third dimension to have a third dimensional experience, which reestablishes our eternal connection to this consciousness. Does any of that make sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles, and yet it feels very it feels right. Okay. And so 6, when we think of the lovers, it's about a choice. It's about choices and decisions. Solar plexus, free will choice versus spirit guided choices. And this energy of this card really feels like the Fool taking a leap of faith. And the Fool isn't a fool. The Fool is accepting life on life's terms, living life heart open, heart forward, and going forward, traveling lightly on the next adventure. And that's what we are here for. And ultimately, the entire purpose we're here is for love. That is the entire point of our existence. Now, then, and always. That is the point of our existence, love. And we've got the cosmic butterfly here, number 36, which is a 9, which is the year. We are in a universal 9 year, the year of the self, the year of breaking free, the year of the archetype of the hermit, the one who sets himself free, the wise one who goes within, does the work, and shines his own light, leads the way. And many of you who have been with me for a while will know at the end of 2025, the message coming through is that this is the year the hermit opens up his lantern and lets his light out, lets that light out to shine in the world. And look at this beautiful imagery. Solar plexus and balanced emotional body gives birth to this new life, gives birth to our transformation personally and collectively, right? So there is a collective. Like, you know, when I hear that there is no such thing as a collective, yes there is. You know, we can intellectualize spirituality all we want, and when we do that, we're likely missing the point, we're likely missing the joy, we're likely missing the joy of the cosmic ride. We're likely missing the joy of the cosmic butterfly coming to life once more. So don't intellectualize your spiritual experience. And perhaps that's why horizontal meditation is the best, because we can lay down, we can allow our body to relax, we can straighten our spine, we can open up our heart and perhaps our mind by, you know, maybe placing our hands on our belly. So bringing our thought to simply the rise and fall of our breath is going to help us a lot through this transformation, because this butterfly is going to be ready to take flight around the time of the resurrection this year, which is 420. Easter's on 420. I find that so freaking hilarious. I think next Tuesday is Shrove Tuesday or Pancake Tuesday, and then Ash Wednesday, and Lent begins. So before the resurrection. So let's work with this energy of our dear brother Yeshua. Let's work with this energy that's all around him, all around the goodness, the rising, the resurrection of the light. Let's use these next 40 or 50 days until 420 to be the one who rises and shines their light as the resurrection of the light of Christ, as the consciousness of Christ. And the yin and yang lover, oh yes, we feel it coming in. And it's that kind of feels like the energy of these two cards combined, doesn't it? The purity of heart beyond the mind leads to, I'm hearing like fields of gold, fields of wonder, fields of joy, fields of wildflowers playing, fields of abundance for all God's girls and boys. And so again, it's funny here, we've got the 8, which is the number of the eternal self, you know, the infinity. So this is feeling like, again, with the yin and yang lover, it's like coming into balance in our personal experience, supports our blossoming or our transformation into this butterfly, into this, not like we're going to really truly become butterflies, but you know what I mean? Like it's the symbolism of the butterfly and what the butterfly has to go through in order to be that beautiful, delicate little um, uh, being that flits on the wind and brings delight to the girls and boys of light who connect with the butterfly's energy. So, for some of us, this may mean a lover's coming in, and a lover will not come in. Remember, we attract to us what is a match for our energy. So, many of us have had disappointments in that area, and hopefully within that area we have been able to from the disappointment to learn something about ourselves so that we become a better version of ourselves, not a more complete. We're always complete. It's always about a refinement of our energies and leveling up. That's what we're here for, the level up, off of the spiral or the wheel of karma onto the spiral of grace. So, yeah. Next, from the Sacred Rebel Oracle, we got this, of course, number 12. And every journey starts with a single step. And I hope I don't get in trouble for the boobs on here. Every single card, or these few cards, are really like showing leading with the heart open, open mind. Don't get bogged down by the thoughts of the mind, because this is kind of the energy that perpetuates the cage, if you will. The cage is off the mind, and then we close down our heart. When our mind is on overdrive, the heart becomes also the cage of the soul, and the soul just wants to be free. The soul just wants to be let loose to roam and have fun and have this third dimensional experience that the soul agreed to come for. And the soul didn't agree to come and live through all kinds of trauma, live through all kinds of pain, to die, and then, to realize that they never experienced any joy in this life. The soul has come for joy. The soul has come for the third dimensional experience. The soul has come to be set free and to fulfill its sacred mission in this lifetime, which is service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. Hue, hue, color man. That's what we are, but they've used our color or lack thereof against us, to play us against one another. They use your religion to play you against one another. They use your socioeconomic status to play you against each other. They use your political views to play you against each other. We are sisters and brothers. Stop the insanity, as Susan Powter used to say. If you're old enough to remember Susan Powter, let me know. I loved her. She was great. She was a great fitness guru. And this 12, it's funny because it says there's 2 live viewers and 1 thumbs up. Where's the other thumbs up? But this is representative of this number, 2112. And this is about, we are a channel of light. Remember her with her cute little blonde, short hair? I loved her. She was great. Stop the insanity. We're siblings. Humanity, we're all one. Come on. So this is like, I'm hearing it's the fool's journey, the new beginning, the recognition, the remembrance that you, me, we are the channels of light. We are the ones who have come to earth to take flight. We are the ones that came to break free of mental, we are the ones who came to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Thank you, Robert Nesta Marley, for that quote. That's beautiful. Yes, we are here to break free. And it takes willingness. Willingness is the key. Acceptance is our key. Visions of life beyond death. I'm really feeling Archangel Michael here big time, as well as the wise woman who rises and shines. 44 is my number for the angelic realms. And so we are all working with the spiritual. Where was that card that showed? Like, this card shows me a lot of spiritual energies surrounding the humans, the people here who are souls in spirit, souls in human form. It feels like we're coming into a time of great revelation. And that may just be our own awakening to aspects of self. I'll tell you a really funny story. The other day, I was sharing with some people about my grandparents' place, my paternal, um, yeah, my father's parents, their home, which was in the South Shore of Nova Scotia. And it was a beautiful homestead, 20 acres of land, 280 or 90 feet ocean front, Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful, beautiful old board and batten home. It was built in 1860, and my great grandparents bought it in 1907. And it was in our family for almost 100 years before my grandmother sold it to move into a place prior to her death. And so I was sharing about this place. I don't know why it popped in. It popped in. And so I was trying to find pictures of it because I was asked, do you have any pictures? So I just Googled the address, which was 111 John Howard Road and 111. So I Google the address and I find it. It's got there's a Facebook page that has this address. Anyways, it was called Beautiful Old Homes. And it was a post of this house from 3 years ago. It was a real estate agent who had posted it. So I was like looking, and I mean, it changed a lot after my grandmother sold it. The Americans that bought it clear cut the land down to the shore. So they had a clear view. So it changed a lot. The energy of the land and the space was pretty much the same, though. So anyways, I found it. I shared it on Facebook and said, for those who know. So, of course, some family members commented on it. And one of the comments I received is that the whole place has been taken down, like it no longer exists. So I found it really interesting that I find this post, which takes me back to my roots, like my father's side of the family, to wake up the next morning and find that it's all gone. It was like very moving looking through the pictures and looking in the house, which had changed a lot. But pointing out, oh, this is the room I used to sleep in. And I slept in the tiniest room because I felt the safest in there. And so it was weird to have that experience of going down memory lane. And some great memories, not so great as well, and then to wake up the next morning and find that whole place is gone. I mean, obviously the land still exists, but like the structure, the home is gone. And so I went through a whole mix of emotions. It was almost like the end of an era. And so with that being said, I do feel like we have to say goodbye to some things. And particularly through March, we may be saying goodbye to old mindsets. We may be saying goodbye to people in our life. And as we do, this allows us to awaken more to our beauty and the beauty of all that we have lived through and all that we have experienced. And we know, well, I certainly know after Frank died, that there is life after death. I always knew that. That this, and Frank is as close as right here. He's probably sitting on me, at this time. And we can't see him. But, I really feel that this is asking us to focus on the essence of the eternal soul that knows we are temporarily in a human home, and to really go for the joy of the experience and pay attention to the messengers. We have the peacock here, which is always connects me with Archangel Michael, who works with all of us to fulfill our planetary mission in this lifetime. The owl always reminds me of the divine feminine wisdom. There are many cultures that are afraid of the owl. Owls are kind of weird when you see them, right? The way that they can turn their head, their eyes. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous, but they're strange. And, it's unusual to see something that can turn its head 360 degrees and to be staring at you. And this really feels like the divine feminine's wisdom. Yeah, I love them too. This is the divine feminine's wisdom. And then we have the crow there. And I'm saying it's a crow because I don't see a hooked beak. And the crows are the keepers of the mysteries, the keepers of the sacred codes, if you will. And they help us to unlock the mysteries of life. So I really feel like at this time we are being called to connect with the winged wise ones in our life. I have over here, you can't really see. I wonder if I can tip them. Oh, there's the kitchen. But here's all my like little owls on the shelf here. We've got all the owls. We're a big owl household. Sorry. But yeah, Milos! Oh my gosh, brother, we're coming back to the Daily Divine, 11:11 a.m. We're going to go back to that because I miss all my soul family. I miss you, Milos and Dawn, and we had Jen, and we had Rena, and all kinds of beautiful souls. So we're going back to that. I am so ready to, brother. I am so ready to. So, wow, there's a crow that literally just flew in my view through my yard. So pay attention. I have been hearing crows for days. And crows can mimic all kinds of birds, right? So these guys have been coming through making really strange sounds. I don't know who they're mimicking, but pay attention, because we've got so much support. And there is an energy about, remember I said earlier that there's this energy of apathy. No one wants to take a stand unless you're Canadian now, and the new wear a mask, stay 6 feet back is buy Canadian. It kind of makes me laugh and reflects the retard view that I have of many of the Canadians around. No offense if you're Canadian, Dawn. No offense. Yeah. And, I saw something earlier in this week that said how to get a crow to come and visit you. And it went through all these steps, like leaving peanuts. So they see you leave the peanut back away, let them come and get the peanut, and to do this on on a daily basis. And eventually the crow will befriend you and come and take the peanut right out of your hand. No, I know, Dawn. I just had to say it because some people are like, Lisa, you're not allowed to say that word. And I'm like, it's a word. It's literally in the dictionary. It means delayed growth, delayed development. So, and frig, that is beautiful. One more. That one? Yes. Oh my gosh. So as we move into March, and we'll be here tomorrow night live. I'm going to do the Saturday Night Live, the final Saturday Night Live, or I may always do Saturday Night Live. It's just really challenging because my son is usually online at that time, and I don't like putting stuff out there that's all pixelated. So tomorrow night for sure we'll do Saturday Night Live at 11:45, and then we'll take it from there and see how we're going to go. But just to wrap this Freedom Fridays message up, here are the messages, the final messages. Adventure, trust the unknown. And that's been said all the way through these cards, from acceptance to riding the cosmic wave, to the yin and yang lover, to the every journey starts with a single step. This is about us and our adventure, living our best life. Take no shit and do no harm. That's what we're here for. Stand up for ourselves. This feels really beautiful, this mandala, and speaks all about healing and honoring the divine truth. This is one. It's the magician transforming lead to gold, the ultimate alchemist. We are the alchemist, and our main ingredient is love and acceptance, right? Trust the unknown. So trust those guides that are coming to you, those wise animal guides. Did I put that card away? Oh no, it fell on my lap, almost like it wants to be revisited. And perhaps I'll meditate with that card and see what messages come through from that. Do some automatic writing. The next card, and this is how this message really started off, about safety, shelter inside. This is a 9 again. So we have two 36s on the table. 9, 9. We are completing. Cosmic butterfly, shine. You were born to fly. 9, 9. Wrapping up cycles. It is time. Moving beyond the mind. And so this is just coming through to assure us we are safe and protected as we move forward. And honestly, I would say the biggest thing we have to fear is our closed mind, or staying trapped in our mind, or feeling like that we know everything. We don't. None of us do. And in my opinion, and from 30 years of experience on a spiritual path, on the spiritual awakening, um, it's never ending. We're expanding. We have the opportunities to expand and awaken and reach higher levels of consciousness with each and every day. Like, this journey doesn't end until the body. Yeah, the mind. Hey, well, we are Virgos after all. You are a Virgo, right, Milos? I'm getting that right. And I mean, it's our mind. It'll drive us insane, right? And, like, yeah, the mind is, this is usually not my friend, and I can play out a million and one scenarios, you know, in a million different ways. And like, it does no good. It does no good. So into the heart we go, into the heart we grow, right? And it's not to say we don't use our mind. Of course we do. Of course we do. But we have to understand that we use a very little bit of our mind. There's lots of gray matter there that doesn't get used. And perhaps we can reawaken that gray matter through neurological, opening new neurological pathways. Yeah. And via our mind, we abuse others, right? And others abuse us with their thinking, stinking thinking, mental stagnation, mental illness, right? So it's into the heart. And those of you who know me know, when I started Wisdom of the Heart a dozen years or so ago, I was literally shown a compass on top of the heart. So, like, that leads me to believe this is our compass in this lifetime, not the mind. And it's, the mind often gets us into problems. What we see is the hive mind playing itself externally, globally, worldwide. It's like a parasite, right? The mind is a parasite because most people can't think for themselves. They wait to be told what to think and what to do. And so for you and I, people like us, we don't wait to be told what to do. Yeah, the heart is the bridge between the heaven on earth experience. And the heart is our feeling, and our gut is a feeling too. And if we can get into these spaces and guide the mind into action, because lots of us have wonderful ideas, and yet we fall short of the implementation of these wonderful ideas, these spirit guided inspirations, because we're not heart centered. We're trying to think our way through something that is meant to be intuitive and flow through the heart space, the feeling. The brain doesn't feel, right? I don't think the brain, I don't feel my brain, but my brain does drive me insane. My heart feels, my body feels. I mean, I guess the brain feels if you get whapped on the head and, whatever, but it's our heart. And so we're being told we're safe, guided, and protected as we follow our heart, right? Thank you, Miles. I missed you, brother. My gosh, I'm looking forward to getting back to the daily divines. I've been missing it. And I have to say, I've been kind of wandering around at loose ends. What do I do? What am I here for? I've been at this for so long and I'm not really seeing any results. Stick with it. That's what the world wants, to shut us down. I found that out at the job when I had my wrist slapped yesterday. They don't really give a shit. They just want us all to shut down and do what they want us to do, and don't have an opinion, don't have a voice, and da 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 da. Sorry, not me. I do have an opinion. I have lots of them, but remember, opinions are like assholes. We all have them, right? And it's really important for us to stand up for ourselves. I have learned that I'm probably not going to stand up for the rest of the team anymore because they're too afraid to stand up for themselves. So if you can't stand up for yourself, if you can't show up for yourself, don't expect me to, right? We have to do the work. We have to show up for ourselves. And this, you guys will remember, we were getting this card a lot at the end of 2025. Competence. Number 7, we can do it. Yes, we can. Right? Yes, we can. We can do it. We are doing it. And what are we doing it from? We are activating our soul. We are the consciousness of Christ. We are the light that is resurrecting. Do your inner work now. Between now and 420, I love that Easter's on 420. It just makes me giggle when I found that out. Do the work so that you can rise, so that you can shine your light. You are the hermit. This is a universal 9-year. We're all in hermit energy. Milos and I are familiar with it. Milos, congratulations, brother. You can do it. I can't wait. Brain surgery's done without anesthesia. Wow, Milos. See, I learned something new every day. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for teaching me something today. I had no clue. That's weird, though. That's weird, though. So, yes, we can do it. Whatever we're here to do, we can do it. And I feel like there's so much externally because so few people are actually following their purpose. So few people truly are aware at all of their spiritual nature, that very few are actually doing what they came here to do. And so it's up to you and I, those of us who have some spiritual awareness, who know that we're here for a spiritual mission, a planetary spiritual mission, in service to our eternal soul and in service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. It's so important that we know that we can do it. We can achieve whatever our heart is guiding us to do. And that's why I keep showing up. I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing it. I get mocked a lot. I get told that, this is just basically, like a waste of my time and a pipe dream. Nothing's ever going to come of it. And I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that. I've had this vision. I've had this dream. I've had this heart-centered guidance for most of my adult life, half of my human life. And I'm still here. I'm still showing up because I know that the levee's going to break and something's going to shift that is going to celebrate me and my service for never giving up on the dream. And this card is really feeling like it's a reminder for us, as I was mentioning, that March, it's really important for us to get in touch with our physical body. We want to calm, we want to support our nervous system. We want to get out of that sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, that's got everyone fighting some sort of virus or this or that or the other, and not doing well, not feeling good, feeling apathetic, lethargic. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You first. And that's not selfish. And that's not self-centered. It's mandatory, right? It's a mandatory act of self-love. Love in action. Love is an action. Aw, don't make me cry, Dawn. I'm not. Thank you. I could cry. I'm becoming more emotional and sensitive in my old age. And one thing in my older age, I'm not old, I'm middle age. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Yeah. I mean, we could go off on, we can go all over, right? And again, it's the mind. It's the mind. Beyond the mind, truth lives. Um, yes. Heart. It's so, yes, the heart is so important. And what I will say, as someone who, comes here and shares in an authentic way, what you see is what you get. It's the same out there in the world. What you see is what you get, which is what I informed management as they were slapping my wrist yesterday. Same thing. What you see is what you get. And I had said to them, I'm not sure if you know this about me, but in my life, I pretty authentic. I walk in integrity. The things I say match the actions I do. And, that's not going to change uh, because of you, because of what you want me to do. So one thing I will say for those of us who are heart-centered and live from the heart space, and then we're going to wrap it up, is I want us to take some time over the coming days and weeks and months to tune into the heart space, to really tune into the heart space, front and back of the heart, and see how we're feeling. Because what happens as all this stuff comes at us externally and as the mind takes over, right? Because we're so smart, we're super smart. And Virgos are generally quite wise. And intelligent, and likely too intelligent for our own good sometimes, right? So, what I would like us to do in the coming days and weeks and months, and we have Mercury going retrograde in March, is I would like us to tune into our heart space. And we'll do some of these practices together, the front and the back of the heart, because as things take place externally, it creates sometimes these little, what do I want to say, almost like blocks, wounds. And I have found that for myself because I pride myself on, living from my heart, being an open heart. And I've had to acknowledge recently that, my heart has been a little bit shut down. And it goes back to when Frank died. And so I've been really focused in the last month or so, last probably 2 months since 2025, because there's been other things that have taken place externally that have had me questioning, what is it about me? Or, why me? These kind of things. So anytime I get into those states, then I question. I do a lot of question and reflection. And so I have come to understand that I have shut down the heart space a little bit, and out of a need for feeling the need to protect myself. And yet, my safety is within the heart space. My safety is within the connection to source, which is via the heart space in all things, all beings. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's good. I wish I was there to climb that holy mountain with you, brother. But we are the shelter. We are the ones to bring ourselves shelter and comfort, and we are competent to do it. And we are being encouraged to go out there like that full energy and start this new journey. Every journey begins with the first step. Every mission fulfilled begins with the first step. And it's up to you and I and all of us, the individual self and the collective we, to take those first steps and to have faith in our dreams and to have faith in our ability to fulfill our mission and to do what we are here to do. Yeah, I know. And I was always the child standing at the top of the big rock formation saying, no, I don't want to jump into the water. I'm so scared. Now I would just jump with reckless abandon. So maybe, Milos, maybe that is the message for all of us today, to wrap this hour-long live up at 1:44 is we are to jump into our purpose, into our life, into this next new adventure with reckless abandon, knowing that we have what it takes to achieve our mission. We are worthy and deserving of fulfillment, joy, and happiness, and it's up to us to really call that energy to us, to be the embodiment of that energy. So yeah. What, like, is the truck in drive or what? I've done that. I actually was so discombobulated yesterday. I picked 3 people up and drive them into work for the next couple of weeks because they're without transport. Off the cliff, Milos. No. I get what you mean, though. Yes. But yesterday when I was driving, I don't know, we went through a drive-through and then they said, Lisa, back up. So I went to back up, but I was trying to back up in neutral and I'm looking and I'm going, what the heck is wrong with this car? And they're all looking. Everyone's like, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I had to go in and face management yesterday, which was a breeze. I really wasn't afraid of it. I just was like, what's coming? I don't like that kind of stuff. And, I don't really back down from standing up for myself. So that was perhaps where some of the anxiety came from. Anyways, I do have to go get myself ready for work. Milos and Dawn, I thank you so much for being here. Everyone else who is watching this on the replay, I trust that there's been something useful and supportive, perhaps inspirational. No, I haven't got them. I will check them out. Dawn. I haven't got them. I may not be able to have a look until I get home. I got to take the little dog who's staring at me with her big bulgy eyes right now out. I'm not going to say the word because she'll start prancing around and getting excited. I will check, Dawn. I'll probably get back to you, if not tonight, tomorrow morning. When I get up, I will be back here live tomorrow night at 11:45. And then Sunday, we will shift back to the Daily Divine. Sunday, March 2nd, we will shift back to the Daily Divine live at 11:11 a.m. We're going to go with that. That's how we started. And this is the year we break 1,000 subscribers to this channel, right? Yes, it is. So thank you, everyone, so much for being here. Dawn, Milos, your names are going into my little basket. Thank you for being here. Anyone who wants to have the opportunity to win a free monthly forecast, all you need to do is be a subscriber to this channel and comment on any of the content, whether it's, I went back and made private some of the content, so it was more current, last 4 or 5 years, instead of like 12 years ago, although that's still relevant. I just felt it may help the channel. So I went back and made a lot of the videos private. So we'll see if that helps with the algorithms at all. And yeah, so that's it. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't say, if you subscribe to the channel and comment on any of the content, your name goes in for this free reading. Giveaway, draws done on a monthly basis. Oh my gosh, I guess I should have done the draw today. You know what? We'll do the draw tomorrow night live. Okay, we'll do it live. I forgot. We're at the end of the month. Anyways, with that being said, everyone, have a fantastic Friday in your world. It's Tuesday in mine. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you so much for showing up and supporting the filling of my overflowing cup. Until next time, take good care. And heck, show yourself you care. And by doing so, you show the world you care too. Milos, Dawn, love you guys. See ya.